Welcome back, guys, and today we are here after our traditional absence, but we are back, and well, new expansion, Dominaria, and I do use new very loosely considering that it's been out for about a week now. But yeah, we are back, and got some good news. In number one, in that I should start having some more free time now. So I got the bulk of my work out the way, still got a couple of exams to go, but you know what that means? Time for our comeback, baby. No, I will try and start uploading semi-frequently now. I'm not talking like daily or anything like that, but maybe a couple of videos a week if everything's so lucky. But that does come with the downside in that the economy for this game still means that I really don't have too many exciting decks to bring. It's not going to be like duels where it's a brand new exciting deck every week, and yeah, so you may start seeing me kind of going back to, if any of you remember the old school duels format, which is back in the day, I'm talking like 5 years ago now, is that the kind of the accepted tradition when it came to decks was that you'd play a deck for an entire week and then you'd switch. That's how all the old YouTubers used to do it. So you might see me start doing that, multiple videos with a deck, and then we shall move on, etc., etc. Anyway, that's not what you're here for today. Today we're not going to waste time ranting about the economy like we did last time. We're going to start things off by ranting about the economy. No, yeah, so they did make some changes to the economy, and when I say changes, I mean they mostly shuffled stuff around. Uh, for example, now you can get around about a pack a day compared to the half a pack a day you could get last time, which is a big improvement, obviously, but that did not come without a cost, as there's now no in-game, like, do you know how you used to win and then you used to get a random common or better card at the end of a match? Yeah, they just completely scrapped that idea. And what else have they also done? They also set back another good change they did was to set back the vault, so you now get a mythic rare wildcard, two rare wildcards. It's all just wildcards now instead of random cards, which is obviously just a fantastic addition. However, they did again nerf this by reducing the amount of vault progress you get from a pack. Like I said, a lot of shuffling around here. What else did they finally do? Yeah, so the thing I don't like about this economy as it stands is that you play 4 games and then you literally can't earn any more gold, casually anywhere. However, there's a new type of event, quick constructed. As you can see here, you can pay 500 gold to enter it, and then you get prizes based on how many wins you get. So if you just scrub out and go 0 and 3, you get 100 gold back, and then 3 random uncommon cards or better. However, if you get 7 wins, you get 1,000 gold, so you double your gold, and you get 2 rares and 1 uncommon or better. So the baseline here is that 4 wins is the most important one, because then you get your gold back and you get 3 extra cards added on. So the thing I like about this is, obviously, again, it is an option for something to do after you have earned your massive 4 wins a day. But it does involve gambling gold, which means you need both to be a good player and a good deck. So if you're a casual player who doesn't really play too often, this really isn't an option. And as I am the coveted Magic Duels Steam Showdown champion, and I may or may not have went 0 and 3 in my first event, and then been so traumatized I never entered a second one. Until today. Yeah, that's right. We're gonna because I rarely upload, I've decided I'm gonna take us through an entire quick constructed event. So in theory, this could be 9 matches of Magic that could be played today, or it could be 3 matches of Magic played today. But we will take this through and we'll see how well things go. Now, what will our deck of choice be? Blue-black control. Yes, we are that scumbag. We are that scumbag running 2 Scarab Gods. This is my best deck. I built mono green. I used all my rare cards I'd been saving up to build a Dominaria mono green deck, but it sucks and it makes me miserable to even think about. I will be playing that one next on a casual video, but I just decided I want to do a special upload considering I've already uploaded, and you guys deserve better than that. So yeah, blue-black control, very straightforward deck in the sense that it's just a bunch of removal, stuff like Chupacabra, and then you just win games with Scarab Gods or Cruel Reality or Nezahal versus Control. Bunch of card draw, bunch of removal. It's very similar to my Bolus deck, except a lot more consistent because you're not splashing red for no reason. And yeah, speaking of which, however, I did make one change on paper, which I forgot to make on here. So we will do an exclusive deck change on this very video. If we have any, of course. Oh yeah, I forgot we got a handy dandy search button here, and we don't have any cast downs, so yeah, never mind. I was going to put some cast downs in my deck, but I don't have any. I'll double check just in case I missed anything. Yeah, don't have any cast downs. Okay, so anyway, yeah, we're going to put some cast downs in, but we don't. But yeah, like I said, I don't really like doing big deck techs for incomplete collections in this deck. Like, I mean, obviously I'd have more search for Azcantas, I'd have more Vraska's Contempts and stuff, but as we don't have them, that's basically the only reason we're not running them, so I don't really feel like justifying it. However, if you do want the deck list, I will put it in the description. Let's get going. Let's start wasting some gold, shall we? Quick constructed. 500 gold. They came as 2. And then, yeah, let's play a match. So yeah, how this quick constructed event works is that it is... Oh god. I really hate how loud this intro music is. I might turn my music down a sec. Once you get into the game. Yeah, it's way too loud. I'm gonna put you down to 13. Okay. Yeah, so... Oh, this hand is like really bad. I think I actually have to mulligan it. I'm gonna keep. Yeah, so how this quick constructed event works is... Sorry, the music's way too loud. So how this quick constructed event works is that it's essentially first to 7 wins or 3 losses. And then basically however long you get along that road, you get different amounts of rewards. So ideally we should be doing slightly better than that. We should be we're aiming for 4 wins basically. I probably will end up cycling this Hieroglyphic Illuminations on end step, as we appear to be up against vampires. Luckily they don't seem to be off to the most aggressive draw, because if they were, we'd just be dead here, because like our hand is not very removal heavy. That's a good draw though, that's exactly the kind of thing we're after. See if he plays a Lord or something, or we just can counter a big threat. And then we hostage take a next turn, force them to use removal to bait out for the Scarab God. So I kind of like that. I feel in a decent situation despite being kind of under a lot of pressure right now. Yeah, that thing's just going to get oathed, I believe. Yes. Yeah, I was going to Moment of Craving that. Get it out of the way now, so we don't have to think about it. Let him gain his life. And now we will tap out for this hostage take again, because I really don't mind if he actually removes it. And if he doesn't have a removal, he can't even attack, and I'm not going to block here. So like if he wastes like a cast out or, you know, some sort of removal like that, I'll just tap up for Scarab God next turn. We're not under too much pressure, like I said, I'm on 16 life. So, you know, feeling good basically here. And I mean the Scarab God, we've already got a good target in the graveyard. That allows him to attack, but I'm not too worried, and it probably means he doesn't have removal. So, you know what they say, when they don't have removal, jam a Scarab God. Are we attacking? Yeah, we're attacking. Get blown up by like a vampire zeal here. If he has it, okay, thank God, I thought he'd have it there. Okay. Yeah, we're going to put a stop on our upkeep so we can get the scry, because that's 95% chance what we're going to be doing this turn. Let's see what he fetches up here. We also have the backup Scarab God, and we also have this Ifnir Deadlands if we really needed a removal spell. So I'm feeling pretty confident in this game. We also can cast his Martyr of Dusk. Bishop of Binding, yeah. I thought that was coming. And because he's only got 6 mana, we can actually counter that Bishop of Binding with Supreme Will. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually means we're probably not going to activate this this turn. Because we might as well keep our Scarab God around. He can't attack in, and we now know what he's drawing, so we'll just play a bit of Draw. couple of his Martyr of Dusk. I'm very tempted to attack in here, but I think that's way too risky. Yeah. He'll tap up for his Bishop Binding, will Supreme Will it, and then on upkeep will probably get his Bishop Binding back, exile his Oath of Sworn Vampire, and things tend to go nuts from there. Yeah, so I think this Vampire deck needs a very good top deck to win this next turn. Are we even going to keep our Hieroglyphic Illuminations around? So yeah, things are looking good. On upkeep we'll play blue, black, blue, colorless. Get your Bishop Binding back. Exile your Oathsworn Vampire. Resolves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm actually keep the land on top. I don't mind drawing land here. Main phase. We will attack with our Scarab God. And we'll actually leave everything else back. I want to keep things fairly safe. We do just win this game if we don't have to get like massive beat down here, because there's like a 95% chance we win this game. So there's no point unnecessary risks. And because I don't like that trade by my opponent either, because now we can get a 4/4 lifelinking a 4/4 lifelinking Bishop Soldier back, which just pretty much locks our opponent out here. So just to make sure, because we're so far ahead, might as well draw an extra card, try and dig into a counter spell. Yeah. This is the power of Scarab God, ladies and gentlemen. You can see here the game just completely, yeah, don't blame my opponent for that. So that is one win on the bounce here. 250 gold for the first one in the day. Bounce back. So already I am doing better than I have ever done in a quick constructed event. First one went 0-3. This one I am now 1-0. You know what this means? It's all I can't speak. It's all on the up from here. This is fantastic if we're playing aggro, and it's okay if we're playing control because we've got a bit of ramp going on. I'll keep. Our opponent is on red-green, so I think I made a good keep here, because most likely some sort of aggressive red-green dinosaur deck. And I don't mind slowing our opponent down here. Demonlord Belzenlok should be fairly difficult for them to deal with, just as a big 6/6 flyer. It's just a case of making sure we're not too far behind. This is actually a tough choice, because we could Sailor of Means to ramp, or we could hold up Supreme Will. I think I'll just hold up Supreme Will this turn. Try and catch like a Ripjaw Raptor. Tillinali's Knight. Okay, that resolves. Oh, there's Moment of Craving this end step. Hopefully we draw a natural land. Perfect. Just play this draw go game. I don't really see any. Ooh, our opponent's out of ideas. Yeah. It tapped all my blue, but that's not actually that big of an issue, because if I wanted to cast Supreme Will, I'd need to use a clue anyway. It only matters if you like abrades my clue here. I mean, my shard is going to be all over me on this one. Of course I mean treasure. I say clues because, well, clues are a beautiful thing. Okay. Our opponent's draw doesn't seem to have lined up too well here. And we're just going to punish them, I think, with the 6/6 Demonlord Belzenlok. After, of course, smacking them for 1. Big damage. Hopefully we draw a bunch of land. Well, when I say a bunch of land, I said hopefully we draw a land or some more bombs here. If this thing resolves and our opponent does nothing next turn, we just win, because we have so much removal / counterspell backup here. Oh, what did we draw? We drew Supreme Will. Even our opponent Carnage Tyrant is probably our opponent's best drop. Okay, yeah, this game's over. Sorry, opponent. Looks like their draw just really didn't line up after we killed their 2 creatures. Because even if they play a Carnage Tyrant now, we just race them in the air. Okay, well, just gonna Supreme Will here. I know I can't counter it, but it tapped all my blue again. God damn it. Well, doesn't really matter. We're taking the Scarab God anyway. So now our opponent's in a really nasty situation where they need to deal with both a Scarab God and this lethal Demonlord Belzenlok on the air. So it's really tough choice for them removal wise. So yeah, they need like double Savage Stomp, which is something they could have, granted. It's definitely an option they could have considering the hand they've just done nothing but play lands. So yeah. Resolves. Like I said, double Savage Stomp and they're actually in a decent situation here. Well, actually no, because the Carnage Tyrant dies. And we now get to censor this. Yeah, I forgot that they actually take damage. I'm so used to Savage Stomp just being a removal spell here. Yeah. Because now we even get our Demonlord Belzenlok back here. It's such a hard word to say. No, unfortunately we're going to go for our graveyard here. Resolves. No, we don't want this land. Actually, we could get the land and then, yeah, we're going to take the land because then we can Scarab God twice here. Main phase. Do we have lethal? Not this turn, unfortunately. So we're just going to pass. Yeah, so our opponent needs another 2 removal spells here. It's Scarab God's really good versus dinosaurs. I'll put it out that way. I guess they could go like Savage Stomp on the Scarab God and then any creature along the ground that can block it. Or something like that, I don't know. Regis or Alpha? I'm just going to counter that. Well, do we even counter that? It's, as tempting as it is to counter, we've got to play around this Savage Stomp, so we'll just let it resolve. Most likely it's just a bait. Yeah. It just feels right to counter a Regis or Alpha, but sometimes it's not right. Yeah, our opponent is dead in the air here, so there's no need to tap out. Yeah, there's no need to tap out, because they're just dead. Unless they have, well, yeah, even Fog doesn't save them at this point. Yeah, so it looks like we're starting off 2-0. Nice. Nice way to go. Nothing's got reach. I'm surprised they didn't just concede. You normally just see people concede. Oh well. That was weird. I was really just like scouring my mind there for anything they could have, but well, looks like they did not. So close to this quest, and then we'll be able to buy a pack for all you nice folk in the interwebs. For those of you who may have noticed, the mic I am using is different. I bought a mic about a year ago, a really high quality mic, and it didn't work. I sent it back to the shop to get repaired. They got back to me. It worked for a week and then it broke again. So I just kind of gave up on life. And then the new mic I bought to replace that mic got broke. And then I got so angry I tried this mic again, started fiddling around with the settings for about 2 hours and eventually got it to work again. So yeah, not really much else to say. Are we using this sensor? I don't think so. Because we've got a land drop in hand, and the opportunity to counter something here is just too high. Looks like we're on another red-green deck, and we have a Scarab God in hand. I'm perfectly fine to just sit here drawing lands. Like this end step, I'll probably cycle a Censor if our opponent does nothing. Nothing too threatening anyway. Well, that answers that question. So, best case scenario, we draw a natural land here. I should Censor. I mean, I should cycle. I really don't want to, but I know I should. So I'm just going to cycle. It feels bad. But I like keeping the Censor in hand, and I need to draw land. I'm going to now main phase opt. Well, I'm glad I did cycle there, because that would have been a hell of a land flood to get through. I mean, a land start to get through. I'm definitely going to cycle again here, because I really do need to hit lands. And we also have another counter spell with this Supreme Will. Come on. Oh. Like, do I Supreme Will just to hit a land drop, or do I cycle and hope that there's a land on top? Because this is absurd. I mean, we have removal spells. I've got to be sensible here. It's so greedy to just cycle Censor. Holy shit! What kind of? This is like the. Someone work out using that Supreme Will. If you want a heart in the comments, let me know how many lands that would have been without cycling and everything there. I get punished for not just holding up Supreme Will, but now I can just chupa the Regis. So could have tapped off. I don't like tapping off a Scarab God there because they just need like one. They just need like one, like Savage Stomp there, and I'm just really up against it. Okay, luckily they didn't hit a big bomb off that. Great, fine with that. We also have a bit of life goal with these 3 Moments of Craving in hand, so I'm not too worried about my life, especially as they seem to be out of answers now. I'm just going to cycle this again. I know it cost me a life because the game loves tapping wrong, but I think it's fine. I'm going to tap off a Scarab God next turn, and then if I untap, I should be in a pretty good situation. Okay, thank God we hit land. Doesn't really matter this turn actually, but I guess I should start trying to at least convince the game to tap correctly here. Put my stop on upkeep because I want to get that Regisaur Alpha back. What else have we got in his graveyard? Regisaur and Ripjaw, pretty good targets for the dinosaur deck. And Savage Stomp doesn't do it, but like Double Abrade. Double Abrade would probably be the worst case here. And that's going to be a Moment of Craving target, just to try and avoid this haste. Yeah, no blocks. It's tempting a block there, but we have 6 points of life gain in hand, and most likely our opponent can't even deal with this, should I just get off the Regisaur Alpha here. Yeah, this is just best case scenario. Because I'll Moment of Craving this, attack him for 5, and then upkeep, just do it again with the Regisaur Alpha. And I can't see a way for him to kill me. I can't see a way for him to kill me, but I'm sure our opponent will find one. Actually, I'm going to keep that on top, because I don't need my mana this turn, and I do want as much mana as possible. Main phase, play you, Moment of Craving you. Wouldn't be surprised if our opponent conceded soon. It's just so much pressure they have to deal with here. Could even attack with this if I wanted to be max greedy, but I think that's too much greed. Again, we're not in a race to beat our opponents here. Scarab God just wins any late game possible. And then, yeah. Even a Carnage Tyrant at this point, I don't think particularly does it. They need Carnage Tyrant into Savage Stomp. Because Carnage Tyrant would just make 2/4. We can just block it with 2 4/4s and then it's just back to square one. And we're going to get a Ripjaw Raptor back this turn as well. It's not looking good for our opponent, let's put it that way. And if we draw a natural land, we can do it twice as well, so yeah, things aren't looking good here. There's a natural land we were after. Don't know why I didn't draw that Chupacabra. I guess I just didn't want it apparently. Yeah. And this turn I'm going to sit back with Scarab God because he showed us last time that he wants to block the Scarab God. So we'll just attack with the Ripjaw and the 3/3. Because I don't want to have to take an entire turn just to replay the Scarab God. And our opponent is up against it seems. If he goes to play Big Creature, I'll just Moment of Craving this thing. Speak of the Devil, and it shall arrive. Yeah, that thing needs to die. I do think our opponent's still dead, just by me going wide. Yeah, they're definitely dead, because we're going to get like 2-3 triggers off this. Actually, they're just dead on board, I think. Yeah. I can't think of any spell that saves them here. My turn. Blue. Colours. They need fog, and I don't think fog is in the format, as far as I remember. Oh yeah, that's why we binned it, so we could tactically Chupacabra it. It's a genius. Yeah, we go. Opponent calls it the towel. We are now 3-0. The Promised Land, ladies and gentlemen. And we even get our pack here, so let's buy. So far with the packs, I'm kind of focusing on Dominaria. I kind of like Dominaria, and yeah, I like it. What can I say? Sue me. Anything good here? Not really. Marwyn's interesting, but I don't think she's particularly good. Sapling Migration's a nice one to grab. Probably be casting my commons on that anyway. Apart from that, Time of Ice maybe, but yeah, that's it. Presume, shall we? So we are one win away from making our money back. And we are 3 losses away from heartbreaking crying. We're in for a marathon. If I can 7-0 a league on camera, just think of all the applause I would get. I don't know. I just felt because, you know, I can upload like monthly now. It feels wrong to upload like just 3 matches and then go see you in a month. You know, even if it just felt right to give you guys something back for all your kind support. I'm actually going to cycle this, believe it or not, because we're now in a war up against mono red. So I just want as many removal spells as possible. Sailor Means is a nice wall. Sailor Means is a nice wall versus our opponent here. And we have a decent hand for dealing with him, we just need to hit lands. I'm actually going to just Moment of Craving you. Not too worried about the Kenra because Sailor Means blocks it well. We take 1 point of damage this turn, essentially. But it means normally they can't kill this thing with 1 removal spell, so it means our opponent is probably going to have to either double removal spell or trade his Kenra plus a removal spell for it, or just not attack. Yeah. This is kind of like why I like Sailor Moons versus Mono Red. A lot of their stuff says 1 toughness and you can just kind of wall block them. I'm just going to double it down, I guess. This way Crasher isn't particularly good for our opponent either. He did miss a land drop to note. And if we can get a Cruel Reality fairly early, it's not great late versus Mono Red, but if we can get it early, then our opponent is just going to be up against it. So hopefully they miss a land for like a couple more turns here. It's looking like perfect. Yeah, that would be a crazy attack. My turn. Okay. Well, we didn't hit our lands. I'm not going to blow a Chupacabra, so I'm just going to pass the turn here. Scarab God would be our best draw, I believe. Scarab God into land. That's perfect. Do I do this before attacks? I believe I do. Actually, what does this say? Yeah, I'm doing this before attacks. Oh, like we're just in really good shape. We draw nothing but land here. But we do need to draw nothing but land, unfortunately. Okay, that's a good start. So we're 1 land off the Cruel Reality, which is just going to be backbreaking for our opponent to deal with here, because we have so much removal to back it up. So yeah, if we just hit 1 more natural land, we're fine. Okay. I'm not too worried about the Phoenix, because... see what we draw. Okay. So we have lots of options here. We could tap out for Cruel Reality. Because option number 1, we Chupacabra plus Moment of Craving on the Phoenix plus token to kill it. 6. And then that basically puts us in a situation where he has no Phoenix, but we don't have enough mana for a Cruel Reality. And we'll be empty-handed, essentially, because we have no mana for Cruel Reality or a Nezahal. Option 2, we tap off a Cruel Reality, and then he just probably sacks this thing, or this thing. Then he just keeps going like that. Either way, no matter which line we take, we're going to need to draw natural land next turn to do what we want. So it's a question of, do we think killing this Phoenix is good? Because he could have a second Phoenix. I think the line is Chupacabra plus Moment of Craving. But let me know, because it's either Moment of Craving or Cruel Reality, and I think it's this is the better line. If he has a second Phoenix, it's pretty bad, but I mean, it's always going to be pretty bad if they have a second Phoenix. Yeah. So if they don't have a second Phoenix, we draw a natural land, we're fine. But we do need to draw the natural land here. I mean, we have a lot of life to play with, but we don't have a way to close the game quickly. Scarab God or land as our draws I really want here. Or counter spells, assuming our opponent does nothing. No attacks. It's an interesting game here. It could go either way. I think they do have a second Phoenix, yeah. So new plan is to, well, I guess considering I have a second Phoenix, I think this line is better. So I think this line was the better one overall. Obviously, second Phoenix is really bad, but I think it was really bad in either line, as was the Hazoret, for example. But at least now we have an option to like Cruel Reality, and then he doesn't get the token, then we can kill the token with something. But yeah, we got a decent amount of turns to draw into answers. What would we like to draw? Well, we drew the land. So I think it's the time now is to just tap over this Cruel Reality. And then just make them start having to play creatures every turn. And then hopefully get something going here. I'm always wondering, do I attack with the Chupacabra? And I don't think I do, just in case he has an Armcoat Crasher. It allows him to get in some extra damage. Although... he says nice. It is nice. No, I can't attack. What am I talking about? He has a Phoenix. For some reason I always assume the Phoenix has haste and it had already attacked. Yeah. I'll give our opponent a cheeky nice back. Because apparently full chat would just break the game because our community is toxic. I mean, he's struggling on lands, but red deck only needs 4 lands, so I assume his hand is either all just creatures / removal spells. Hopefully it's all the latter rather than the former, but... Demonlord Belzenlok would be a nice draw, but actually no, it wouldn't be because I don't have enough lands for it, but it could block the Phoenix. We just have to hope he runs out of creatures, basically. Yes, we have to hope he runs out of creatures and I can draw a removal spell to combine with this okay. Okay. So we... if we Chupa the Fanatical Firebrand, then he just sacrifices the Phoenix. He can't attack that turn, but then the Phoenix just comes back. So we'd need to draw a removal spell on our turn. I think I might be... So if we wait a turn, we might be able to grab something better than the Fanatical Firebrand. Because he'll sacrifice on upkeep. He'll get me for 4 more points of damage, but I think it's right. Yeah, so Scarab God is, I think, our best draw. Or just more land so we can get so we can start getting a Chupacabra plus Moment of Craving on. It's Lightning Strike. Actually, I'm actually fine with that. He clearly just wants to empty his hand here. But if it's not going face, that's 3 points not going face, you know. These things are probably just chumping at this stage of the match anyway, eventually against this Hazoret. Supreme Will. So now if we Chupa this thing, how would this work? Okay, I need to get my magic knowledge on. If I Chupacabra this thing, on his turn he'd be the active player, I'd be the non-active player, which means my trigger would resolve first and he'd either have to sacrifice the token or the Hazoret. So I think Chupacabra works now, the way I want it to, because he didn't play a creature. Yeah, I think that's how it works, because it'll be on his upkeep, which means he's the active player because it's his turn. So because he's the active player, his trigger goes on the stack first. But then my Cruel Reality trigger goes on top of that, which means it resolves first, which means he casts a sacrifice the token. So yeah. I think this works. I guess we find out. Maybe I did that wrong. I could be greedy and Supreme will try and hit a land into this Chupacabra, but I think this opportunity is once in a lifetime. So... But I think we get his Chupacabra here. Now we just have the small answer of a Hazoret to deal with, which means any creature he plays we just need to draw in a removal spell. But we'll see if this trigger works. I either win the game or lose the game with this line, but I think it works the way I think it should. Wow, I'm very happy with him just pointing removal spells at my creatures rather than face. Yeah, my trigger goes on the stack first. So he has to sacrifice first, yes, okay. Phew. He sacrificed the Hazoret, which means he has a second Hazoret in hand. Or he's going to attack with the Phoenix. He feels like the Phoenix closes out the game quickly. I guess Phoenix is better versus the Cruel Reality, because he can do it Inferno. Okay. Well, I don't think I was ever beaten double Phoenix, double Hazoret draw. I need to block. I guess Nezahal can block the Hazoret forever, but I'm taking too much damage at this point. I think I'm just going to main phase Illuminations. The question is, what am I drawn into? I guess... No, because he has this thing as well. Yeah, I don't think I'm drawn live here. Because... What's the difference between 2 mana and 4 mana? Censor doesn't do anything. Moment of Craving doesn't do anything. 3 mana, I've got Golden Demise, that doesn't do much. Scarab God at this point is dead. I guess it's not dead, but it's not great. I'm taking too much damage. I think actually because I'm taking 5, 9, 10. Yeah. I think actually I have to Supreme Will to hit a Sailor of Means or some form of other blocker. Okay. Yeah. I meant to take the op there, but I guess it's the same because I just cycle, so because he's gonna hit me for so much damage unless I have a creature to block. Yeah. Well, let's find out whether it would have been the top card, the Sailor of Means. Hostage Taker now. That's actually good, but I'm just dead here. Actually, no. Yes, I'm dead. No, I'm not dead. Shit, I forgot about my Cruel Reality. Oh shit. I could have played that turn so much differently. Okay, never mind. He just... we were just dead. Because, yeah, we're just dead on board. But we weren't dead on board if he didn't have that Lightning Strike. But yeah, we weren't beating this draw. That's pretty... He went... What did he go? He went Soul Scar into... He went Soul Scar, Eternal Kenra. He missed a land drop, which then he played a Firebrand. Then he went Oncrop Crusher, Phoenix, Hazoret. Yeah, we weren't beating that. I can't complain. We needed a way to close the game out quickly. We needed to let out Scarab God or some form of other big threat. And yeah, it was a close game though. We were really close. I think if we'd drawn that Hostage Taker naturally, we were just like favourites. If that makes sense. Like we would have been not huge favourites, but I think we would have been favourites. Or actually even better case scenario would have been the Scarab God off the top or something like that, but oh well. What can you do? This hand is very, very, very slow, and I don't like that because mono red is so apparent these days. This hand gives me hope, so I'll keep a Chupacabra on top. I'll never say no, especially with a Scarab God in hand. We're good against both control and aggro with this hand because we have the Nezahal versus control and the Scarab God versus aggro. So looks like we're up against control. Looking for just mana at this point then, yeah. Because Nezahal just wins the game. Generally my strategy versus control is I just keep everything in hand and then just play Nezahal and hope I can just ride it to victory. That's going to be a problem to deal with. Because we don't have a counter spell, I'm actually perfectly fine tapping out for this thing. And because we know we're playing blue black, we can cycle some stuff. Like we don't need this Chupacabra. And I think I can bin one land here, most likely the island. Because life total is not going to be important, and mill might become a factor with the Ipnu Rivulet. Plus, there's nothing too scary. Blue-black plays on turn 4. Mostly, it's turn 5. You got to watch out for the Scarab God. So we have Vraska Contempt up if he actually is insane enough to go for the Scarab God into all this mana. And we also have the Hieroglyphic Illumination if he just passes the turn. I'm perfectly fine with that. I don't agree with that play by my opponent whatsoever. Because in this matchup, there's so many dead cards like Moment of Cravings and, you know, stuff like that. And he's just giving me a chance to just loot them out my hand, and he just bins a Vraska's Contempt. Something to keep in mind. There's a tap land. Yeah. I don't agree with that Perilous Void. Because like, even worst case scenario, that's not a dead card because he can bounce a Scarab God or something. See if he wants to censor this. He does not. I do miss on lands, unfortunately. I'm really tempted to just Champion of Wits to try and hit a land drop here. I think I will, because if he counters it, again, there's not much I'm too scared about tapping out with my Vraska's Contempt in hand. So I didn't mean to tap like that. Forgot to tap a blue. That doesn't really matter, he's counter anyway. Yeah. Kind of getting unlucky with lands these last two games. Like, I'm running 24, which isn't like an insane amount, but I've got all these opts and cyclers and stuff. So I don't feel too uncomfortable doing that. It's just, you know, 4 lands in the top 15. It's just unlucky no matter what. Oh my god! He beat me in my own game. He beat me in my own game. I'm just dead now. I'm just dead. Oh. Yeah, I can't win. There's no way I can win this game now. I was literally going to say when I drew my Cruel Reality that Cruel Reality is a really interesting card in this matchup because it's really hard to resolve, but if you ever just stick it, it just does win the game. And well, I don't think I can play this game on. Like, especially, like, what am I hoping to draw into? I've got no bounce spells in my own deck, and he's going to flip this thing soon. I think I mean, we'll play it on because it's a league. We're going to be taking 10 damage here. Like, I think my answer is to Scarab God and then my upkeep just start bringing creatures back. And beat him down like that, but at that point we're assuming he has no answers in hand. What are the chances that blue deck has no answers in hand? Probably should have cycled this Hieroglyphic Illumination. Yeah. I mean, I'm just going to play it because I need to do something. Okay, there we go. Well, this is game. Yeah, I can't complain. I did knowingly tap out to try and hit land. Well, he would never went for that Moment of Craving, assuming he would never have went for that Moment of Craving, assuming I didn't tap out there. But I think it was the right play. I gotta admit, I wasn't expecting Cruel Reality. That's kind of like my spicy tech. Yeah, so we went from 3-0 and we're now 3-2, so we're really fighting for our lives here. Yeah, this is a keep. Okay, blue-red. Interesting. You don't see that too often. That's heartbreaking. If I 3-3 this league, I'm gonna just be a broken man. Okay, luckily he doesn't play Search for Azcanta. So he's double opting. Okay, no, he's pirates. Okay. Yeah, I always assume blue black is control, but our opponent's clearly on the pirate plan right now. We have one decent anti-aggro card in this hand. We do have a Golden Demise, which we can hope to draw. He probably is going to be holding up that the pirate counter spell now. But I'm not too worried because there's only 1 point of damage. Okay, Okay, I can't do anything about that. I'm actually going to cycle this. Because I plan to be tapping out for my next couple turns, and by then he's probably got enough mana to do what he wants. So it gives me a better option. Of course, if I knew it was doing double illuminations, I may have I may have changed that plan somewhat. I think Champion is better than Sailor of Means here. Gets around like a Spell Pierce as well. Okay, I do like my lands, but I don't think I need two. I think I'm just going to discard like this. Because we have two lands to play, and we do need our second black. Opponent's not putting too much pressure on. We actually win this race as it stands, so I shouldn't be too worried about this Simon Store here. I'm just worried about like him going like Curious Obsession times 4, as you do. Chacos. He's doing that. Interesting that he mustn't be planning on attacking this turn if he's doing it that way. Yeah, he mustn't be planning. He's attacking? Why wouldn't you Chaco go second main? Interesting. Maybe he wanted a better idea? Okay, well no, that's just weird. I don't know. I'll let my opponent get on with whatever he's doing. They have drawn a million cards at this point. However, I'm just going to pass the turn, hold up Supreme Will plus Hieroglyphic Illuminations. Again, we're winning this race, so I don't have to be too worried about pressure here. And I'm perfectly happy if he wants to counter a Hieroglyphic Illuminations. There's a Hostage Taker, that's a nice one to draw. Not going to tap out for it this turn. I'm going to wait for him to go for his big bomb, because again, he needs to play something here. I've got to be keep in mind the 3-mana Flash Flying Pirate as well. So we have 5 mana. It's very tempting to Sailor of Means, and then I'd have enough clues to hold up the Supreme Will, but if he counters the Sailor of Means, then it means... I think it's right though, because... I think it's right, because I think I have to kind of do this. He lets it resolve, nice. And now I've got double black available for these Chupacabras, should he ever tap out. Like for a Locust God or something here. Okay, that's kind of what I was scared of. Yeah. He's probably got double counter spell open at this point, I'm guessing. But we can just start throwing like Hostage Taker at it. Because I mean, technically we're still winning the, well, not winning this race, but we're doing a decent job in this race. Yeah, I'm gonna hold it. Okay, so we have 4, 5, 6 mana. I could just Sailor of Means and then do the exact same thing as last turn. I quite like that actually. Okay, we'll leave you untapped. Yeah. Because eventually he, like, if I just keep doing this, eventually I'll have enough mana that way I can, like, fight his counters with my counters and then go from there. Or just draw something like a Nezahal. Because like we're hitting him for 4, he's hitting us for 3. He probably has burn spells as well, so... And if we tap out for like a Hostage Taker there, he just counters and moves on with his life. But this way there, we can try and fight back here. Some close games. Because he wins this race, but again, I'll play another this thing. That's actually problematic. I think we now need to start trying to kill this thing. He's definitely got the Siren's Ruses. Essence Scar, that's an interesting one. It's not a great situation to be in. I'll put it that way, to put it lightly. We just have to hope he doesn't have a second count. I mean, the chance of that is 0 because he's drawn 1,000,000 cards. And he discarded a land earlier. But you never know. Lightning Strike. My face. Lightning Strike face. Interesting, so he didn't have the second counter, but we are on 5 life now. Which means he probably has a double another 2 lightning strikes. But the threat's dealt with technically, so if we live this turn, maybe we can get something going. Never mind, yeah, he's running 1,000,000 lightning spells. Yeah, we were never going to live this turn. Yeah, he's got burned out for 12, Jesus Christ. Okay, well, the standard 3-0 to 0-3, ladies and gentlemen. Exactly how we drew it up. Okay, so what do we get? So not the end of the world. We lost 100 gold. I'm not going to cry over 100 gold, and we do get 3 cards. Let's see what we get. Zephyrian Void. Awesome. Never going to play it. Shafet Monitor. No. Okay. Well, that happened. Nah. Well, you know what? I had fun, and that's the most important thing, ladies and gentlemen, even if I cannot get a positive record in these events, for all hell. But it was a close game. I thought that all the games were pretty decent. Even the ones where the Scarab God just kind of took over. I thought I played decently well in all. Let me know how you felt, and again, I'd like to say thank you guys for watching, and I will see you later.